Shabbat Shalom. Yo, I know I was supposed to drop another video like so long ago. I apologize to my fans. To my fans, I apologize, bro. To the ones who know, it'll be out hopefully before school starts. And heed my warning. If it's not out before school starts, you're never seeing that video. On everything, you're never seeing that video. But I'll try. I really will. I will try. Because I got like today, I got tomorrow, I got Thursday. I don't have Thursday, but you know what I'm saying. Like I got time. So, anyways, just because I wasn't gonna drop that Left 4 Dead video doesn't mean I want to stop making videos. Like on everything, I could talk about UFC, and like this shit takes like 20 minutes. I talk about UFC, I post it. I don't even do no editing because what the fuck do I have to edit? You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of the GOAT. I say everything first try. There's nothing I have to edit out. Except for the last video. I'm getting a water bottle, sorry. So I dropped the water bottle. I might have to edit that one out. Kidding. Of course. This is what I got about these two cards right here. Alright, these two cards, these are the first Paramount Plus cards. They're fucking... I have to chill on the cursing. Last time they actually age restricted me. So I'm gonna have to be... This is gonna be a Nick A30-esque video. These two cards, they're actually a week away. You know what I mean? Or not a week away. I'm saying there's a week between these two cards. So, like, really, 6 weeks of no UFC followed by 2 weeks back-to-back of UFC. Like, I can't be too mad, That's kind of a chill exchange. Anyways, getting started with this card. You got Arnold Allen versus John Silva. These are no-name fighters. Right? Once we get up to here, I can maybe talk. But down here, bro, I don't care about any of these people, right? John Silva is a Zionist. Like, I know, like, I mess with this story. His mom got raped, and his mom had to kill the people that raped him, and I think she went to jail or some shit. Like, I mess with this story, but there's ways to respond to trauma better than becoming a Zionist. Becoming the number one Mossad agent. You know what I mean? Like, you could have just became an alcoholic. You could have just started doing drugs. Like, that was better than siding with Israel. You know what I mean? So, just because of that, I want Arnold Allen to win. Because this guy looks like he's from MacArthur, and that's kind of lit. Over here, this dude, if I remember correctly, he knocked out Shamil Gaziev, right? One sec. Let me calculate this. On everything, this dude knocked out Shamil Gaziev. Shamil Gaziev was going to be, champion. Because if you saw it, he was Russian. And if he's Russian, he just kind of wins. But somehow this guy knocked him out. I mean, 16-2 versus Derek Lewis. You would think he would win. But Derek Lewis is just one of those dudes, bro. He's one of them gangsters. Original gangsters. You get what I'm getting at, brother? He's like the ultimate gatekeeper of the heavyweight division. If you can beat Derek Lewis, you can beat anyone in the division, honestly. This dude's like he's the people's champion. So I'm gonna side with Derek Lewis. Because F it, you know what I'm saying? Going on to the actual real fights with some real names over here. We got Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. I've actually I don't think I've seen a Song Yadong fight. But I think I actually have. Wait, so let me break it down. Henry Cejudo, Piotr Yan. I don't think I've seen any of these fights, to be honest. Guy lost to Piotr Yan. You can beat Henry Cejudo, but, Peyton Talbot has proved that Henry Cejudo would probably lose to everyone on the planet. If I fought Henry Cejudo, I would knock him out. So, that's not the greatest fight on the resume. Sean O'Malley is just a really good striker. I don't know what Song Yadong is like on the floor, on the ground game. I think this is basically Sean O'Malley has one. You have one way to beat Sean O'Malley, and it's to pick him up and throw him on the floor. If you can do that, you beat him five, or I guess this would be a 3-rounder. But for 3 rounds straight, you just sit on top of him because this dude, he's built like a twig. On everything, he's built like a twig. Like, I think I have more muscle mass than Sean O'Malley, and that guy's a professional athlete. And I get it, he's 5'11" at fucking 135 or something. I mean, imagine 135, you're 5'11". I mean, brother, 5'9". This is a lot. Oh, 5.9. So it's not 5. It's not 5 feet 9 inches. It's 5.9. So yeah, this kid, he is 5'11", 135 pounds. You got it, brother. I don't know how he cuts weight. Honest to everything, I don't know how he cuts weight down to that. This guy, he's a bit beefy, you know, dude. Like, these Chinese kids, they're just as bad as the Dagestanis in terms of, like, just juiced out of their mind. I mean, look at this. This is actually, like, some like if you posted this on Instagram, you could get a Gymshark sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a good ass physique versus Sean O'Malley, bro. Sean O'Malley, as Piotr Jan has said, he looks like a stripper, dude. This guy was champion, bro, on everything that's funny. On everything that's funny. Yeah, that's why I love the UFC, bro. People like Sean O'Malley become champion. Bro, I don't know. Sean O'Malley, you know, he just loses. That's kind of what he does nowadays. He just loses. And Song Yadong, you know, he's young, right? 28. Yeah, 28. I guess Sean O'Malley's only 31. But like, you got to think, like, you got a rich white kid versus a hungry Chinese boy. Who wins? You know? Where's the hunger? Sean O'Malley became champ. He had his free little defense against Cheeto Vera. Song Yadong has not touched that gold belt, dude. He's hungry. This kid wants it more than him. So that's where I got it. I'm gonna go Song Yadong. I want to see some new names in the division. Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. This girl's old. This girl's also old. But Kayla Harrison kind of kicks ass. She's built like a dude. So fuck it. I'm going Kayla Harrison. And then this main event, on everything, people don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? People are talking about Justin Gaethje is going to beat Paddy Pimblett. I hate to say it, this new age of fighters are so much better than your favorite fighter, bro. On everything, you think these new aged fighters are just so much more complete, so much more lethal, so much more like better at weight cutting. They are scary, dude. Paddy Pimblett bulks up to I think this is confirmed. One sec, I'm getting information. He bulks up to 325 between fights and then cuts down to 155. This dude's huge. This dude's massive. Justin Gaethje is like a natural like he between fights he's 156 and then he cuts down to 155. You know what I mean? Like, on everything, this dude's not big. Let's height. Okay, he might be taller. He has a shorter. His reach is shorter, bro. And look at the age difference, dude. 37. This guy's like, that's grandpa age in UFC terms, bro. This dude is never gonna touch a belt, bro. On everything, this dude's never touching a belt again. I don't give a scheisse. All right, look at Justin Gaethje versus. I don't know how to spell this guy's name. Stupid. I don't know where this guy's from. That last name's dumb, dude. Get out of here. Have a good old regular human last name, dude. Gaethje, that is some like tribal random ass sounds, and they're like, "Ooh, what's your name?" Gaethje, and then they gave him the fucking name. Oh, I guess his name's Gaethje. No, he was just making random ass sounds with his mouth. Like, on everything, that's not a real last name. But whatever. We'll move on. What's this dude? Michael Chandler. Let's get on everything. If I remember correctly, Michael Chandler dropped this dude. Right? Like, this is Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. All right, look at this. Versus Michael Chandler and Paddy Pimblett. This is Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. There's levels to this sport, bro. There's levels to this sport. Paddy Pimblett would actually let someone kill his mom before letting Michael Chandler flip him upside down. There's levels to this sport. The only real fighter in that division is Arman Tsarukyan, Charles Oliveira, Paddy Pimblett, Ilia Topuria. Everyone else loses to me. Don't care. I don't care what you have to say. No one else in that division are real fighters. Dan Hooker loses to my grandma. I don't care, bro. So that's who I got. And everyone's talking about some brother, new age fighters there's only what, 6 years difference, bro. 6 years. When was the last time Justin Gaethje touched the belt, bro? Like 2022? Between 2022 and 2026. Like, okay, this sport has existed for 30 years. Between 2022 and 2026, that's like 10% of the sport. That's 10% of sports history. That's the same thing as 10 years in the NBA. I guess I'm assuming the NBA is like 100 years old. I don't know how old it is, but let's say 100. So NBA is 100 years old. Think about the players you had 10 years ago. Like, obviously, you still had the LeBrons, you still had the Stephs, you still had the, James Hardens. But then you get people like Giannis, Victor Wembanyama, like people who, if they were put back in the 2010s, they're actually dropping 50 a game. Like, I don't think you understand. They're actually dropping 50 a game. But if you say the same thing in UFC, they're like, it's only 3 years. It's not about 3 years. It's about the percentage of time the sport has existed. The sport is going to evolve. The sport is going to evolve. The more people that do MMA for more time, better fighters are going to pop up. John Jones won't be the GOAT. Islam will lose. Ilya will lose. Like, these new kids are going to pop up and kick these guys' ass. Like, I don't think you understand, bro. These new age fighters are so, like, actual levels ahead of your favorite fighter, bro. Anderson Silva loses to Sean Strickland. Like, I don't think you can comprehend that, bro. Justin Gaethje gets mollywopped by Paddy Pimblett, and Paddy Pimblett 100% gets knocked out by Ilia Topuria. But you know what I'm saying? Like, until then, Paddy Pimblett's champion. Then we get to this one. On everything, who are these people, bro? On everything, Jimmy Crute, bro? I'm not talking about Jimmy Crute. I don't care, bro. Call me a like new gen, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. I am not talking about Jimmy Crute and Justin Jacoby. I guess I do know Justin Jacoby, but Jimmy Crute, are you serious? They pulled this guy off the street. Like, I'm not talking about this guy. Tai Tuivasa, I'm fairly certain this guy's like a guaranteed bet against. I think this guy just loses every fight. It says 15-8, but I'm fairly certain it's real. His like UFC record is 1-8. Like, this dude has one win in the UFC and then he just loses every other fight. Like, this guy's terrible. Taliesin Teixeira, he got his ass whipped by Derek Lewis. But Derek Lewis is like the people's champ, so like you can't get mad at that. Moving on, Rufi's also probably a Israelite, Mossad, genocide supporter. So I'm gonna go with Fiziev because this guy just has better aura. You know what I'm saying? Rufi loves this guy Agartha. This guy not Agartha. That's what I've got to say. Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. Bro, you got it, bro. I think Benoit Saint Denis is actually like head and shoulders. What? How does every single person I think is taller is always shorter, bro? Dan Hooker is like a skinny little baby girl, and Benoit Saint Denis is like built. And you know what I mean? Dan Hooker is just kind of like so washed. 24-13. That's a record that you don't tell your kids, bro. Like, on everything. Daddy, you used to be a fighter? What was your record? Oh, kids, I was 24-3. I swear I was 24-3. Like, you don't tell your kids you're 24-13. Like, you actually have lost to everyone on the planet. Like, there's only 13 people in the UFC, bro. There's 15 people ranked in your division. You lost to every one of them except for 2. Like, what are you talking about, bro? On everything, you're useless. On everything, you're useless. Oh, I messed up. I'm gonna have to edit that one out. Kidding. I don't edit. Benoit Saint Denis. I mean, he lost. Like, this dude loves losing too. But you know what I mean? Like, I wish I got to see that fight, bro. That sounds. What I heard from this fight was like actual like Looney Tunes ass shit, bro. I wish I got to see that. I was at work instead. Heartbreaking, bro. I mean, but look, bro. This dude just likes losing, bro. And he also lost to. Oh wait, I guess that was the Poirier loss, right? Yeah. Like, this dude loves losing. Just as much as the other guy, but like if you're looking, bro, 24 and 13.
A shift. Can you get ID?
On everything, this girl's useless, bro. She's coming in on my recording. On my recording, bro.
You're recording a video?
Get out of here, bro. I'll talk to you in a second. When do I have to pick him up?
3:30.
Okay, get out of here.
Can you?
Yes, bro. I don't have shit to do. I'm recording a YouTube video, bro. Get out of here. All right. Where were we at? Yeah, Benoit Saint. I don't know. I'm gonna go Benoit Saint Denis. I mean, there's some levels to it, bro. When you have 10 losses less than your opponent, like at this point, I don't even think Benoit Saint Denis is gonna have trouble sleeping the fight the night before, bro. Like this dude's gonna sleep like a teddy bear, bro. He's gonna be out cold. He's gonna walk into the cage with like a 50 BPM, bro. Like, he's not gonna be scared. I don't know how you would be scared of Dan Hooker. This guy. We talk about BJ Penn, CTE. Dan Hooker, when he retires, is like, he's actually gonna like suicide bomb a building. Like, this is the level of CTE this guy has. And then I've already said my this, like, I think this fight I've talked about more than any other fight in the world. I would rather see this fight than Islam versus Ilya, bro. This fight is Diego Lopez. If he loses this fight, I'm not watching UFC anymore, bro. On everything, the cartel paid him off twice in a row. Like, I get, okay, you take the check from the cartel for the first fight and you throw. Okay, whatever, bro. Like, that's on Dana for not paying you enough. If you take 2 cartel paychecks and lose to Alexander Volkanovski twice, on everything I'm done. On everything I'm done, bro. This is not the sport I love anymore, bro. I'm watching the PFL, bro. I guess maybe it's probably worse there. Bare knuckle. I'll watch bare knuckle. I'll watch boxing. On everything, I'll watch boxing over UFC, bro. If he takes a cartel paycheck twice in a row, this is not the sport I love anymore, bro. What is this? Vinicius Oliveira is kind of goated. I like that. I like him, bro. He beat a Nurmagomedov. Like, that's kind of sick. Fluffy Hernandez kind of has aura, but also didn't he like lose to a nobody, bro? One sec. Let me pull up this dude, bro. Didn't he lose to like an actual nobody? Kevin Holland? You're getting knocked out by Kevin Holland? Okay, so let's break it down here. This is direct math. Sean Strickland has once told Kevin Holland, if we were in a cell together, he would take his butt. Versus Anthony Hernandez, who's getting knocked out by Kevin Holland. So, you know, according to that math, Sean Strickland should take this guy's butt. What else we got? I don't like Brandon Moreno, bro. I don't like him, bro. He has ugly face. This is going to be a fight. I can't wait for this. I think I have Max Holloway, honestly. But this is a man's card. Oh, this is a man's card, bro. Oh, my. This is a card where you don't even remember what happened. You have to watch the fights the next morning because you don't remember what happened. On everything, you were taking coke while watching these fights. Like, this is a man's card. Holy moly, I can't wait for that. What is this? March 7th? Oh my God, March 7th. Okay, I might be 50 by then. I might have gray hairs by then. March 7th. Oh my God. That's all I got for this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Basically, I don't even know what I was saying, bro. I just needed to post a video for real. And you got this. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, bro.